Often this one idea about the difference between discipline and punishment changes the way parents process their parenting responsibilities. It changes the way children respond. It's just a great way to look about parenting. I want to share more about that with you. I'm Dr. Scott Turansky. I'm a professor at Concordia University, where I teach the master's level parenting class for those who are getting a family life education degree. I teach it here in the United States. I also teach the class in China. Now, let's talk about this idea, discipline and punishment. Very important idea we must understand, because many parents have this justice mentality, which is punishment focuses on justice, where discipline focuses on teaching. Justice says you did this, so you get that. And so parents are often saying, well, I've got to give them a consequence. And so this emphasis on consequences as the teaching method isn't the best. The best way to work with children is to discipline them or train them, which is much more positive than it is negative. Punishment is motivated by anger. Discipline is motivated by love. Punishment is negative. It focuses on what the child's done wrong. Discipline is focusing on what the child needs to do differently instead. This whole attitude about punishment and discipline is revolutionary for many, because that's how God works with us. He disciplines us, He trains us, He moves us in the right direction. Punishment is something that Christ dealt with on the cross. Some parents say, well, I have to help my children understand the wrath and the justice and the holiness of God. And I do believe we help our children understand those things. But we also have to recognize that Jesus died on the cross to satisfy the wrath and the justice and the holiness of God, so that we can come to God as Father now, who lovingly disciplines us. And so when we have this attitude about bringing children to where they need to be, training them, teaching them, moving them in a positive direction, it just changes the way we work with kids. Now we're emphasizing training instead of justice, and it moves us much further in the parenting process. Think about it. It'll change the way you work with your children, but it requires a little bit of training on our part to make sure we've got it and recognize that our goal is to move forward with our kids, to identify that goal of where they should go, and to practice moving in that direction. Discipline requires training, so we work on it in that way as well. Join me to hear more about these. Like my comments if you would, and if you would follow me and just share them with others. I'd appreciate it as I try to get the word out about biblical parenting, so that parents can have these truths that will help them to understand more effectively how to work with their children. Thanks a lot. I certainly enjoy sharing things about parenting.